Dan Kilpatrick saying, new signing Cristian Romero is a doubt after training individually at the start of this week, having joined Spurs with a knock sustained at the Copa America. So it remains to be seen if we'll see Cristian Romero this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it depends, because some players, like, there are some new signings, right, where you're like, even if he's available like a day before the game, you just get him in there because you think he can make that much of a difference, even if for one game. It depends. Then it's important. It depends if Nuno sees Romero like that. I just have a feeling that Romero is not going to be involved, and I think Romero will make his debut against Wolves. I think we'll trust who we have now. I think it probably will be Davinson Sanchez, seeing as the most two senior centre backs at the club. So I think that's going to be the situation.
Oh, God, Davinson Sanchez against Man City just gives me nightmares.
Yeah. What do we do, though, if they have a blinder and keep a clean sheet? You reckon we could probably keep them, don't we?
No, man.
You kind of want them to have a stinker in a way, just so that, so Levy wakes up a bit and says, look, get a move on.
Look, we've seen these players have big games against Man City before, but Leopards don't change their spots at the end of the day. And look, if we give them another chance, then it's just only going to be the detriment to the team. And that's the facts of the matter.
Yeah. Well, look. Depends what Nuno can do with them. Because Mourinho obviously put them under a lot of pressure. We know under Pochettino that, especially in the latter days of Poch, they weren't great. But before that, they did a good job. Especially Dyer in a back three in our last season at White Hart Lane. He was more than okay. He was good. He had a good partnership with Toby and with Jan Vertonghen. Davinson Sanchez, when he first came anyway, was pretty good. But then he obviously declined. He's been declining for a couple of years now. I think in the perfect... clearly, Sanchez is a player we want to get rid of. That's clear. Dyer, it's not so clear that we want to get rid of him. I think at the moment it seems like he's staying. But, maybe a different manager can see something else in them. Mourinho pretty much relied on them to not make any mistakes throughout the 90 minutes. And there are some defenders you can bring in who you can expect that of, and and you can base your defence around that. Clearly, Sanchez and Dyer, you can't base your defence relying on them not to make mistakes. I think that's clear. But maybe we don't always need them to be mistake-free all the time when we're playing a different style of football where we're playing more aggressive. City,
we might need them to be that though.
Yeah, I'm just saying in general, though. I'm talking about in general. Maybe when we're playing more attacking, more aggressive style of football, like under Poch, where, maybe if a defender made a mistake and we conceded, it wouldn't be make it 1-0, make it 4-1. You know what I mean?
I'd much rather give one of them, trust one of them alongside a Romero. I'm much more inclined to go that way, but seeing as we have Romero, the other option is not going to be too much of a issue. But if we are going to play them two together on a consistent basis, then I'll be very, very worried. But I think that alongside a Romero, definitely I think one of them can up their game and stuff like that. But when they're together, that's when I really worry.
Definitely, I have to agree with that. In your opinion, if, let's say, Romero Friday comes into training, he's past fit, he's 100% on Friday, but he hasn't been training with the team, do you put him in for Sunday?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
I would.
You put him in straight in?
I would put him straight in because, like I said, I really don't want to be trusting a Dyer alongside a Davinson Sanchez. We've been stung too many times when we play them together, and it got to a stage last season when them two were at the back together. We were just like, oh God, what's going to happen now?
So how's it? What's the latest screw up going to be?
Exactly. Do you remember last time we played Man City and Davinson Sanchez just falls flat on his face?
Oh my God!
You know what I mean?
That was Davinson Sanchez, wasn't it? I think. Okay, I understand what you're saying. What about Saturday? If Romero's fit on Saturday, not Friday, because he has an extra day. Saturday, he comes in and then
if he's past fit by the medical staff to start the game, I would start him no matter when he's back.
Past fit, 80% fit.
80% fit?
Yeah.
No, you can't play him at 80% fit. It's too much of a risk to cause injury.
90%?
No, he has to be 100% fit in my opinion. He has to be 100% because you're coming up against a Man City in your debut in the Premier League. That's a big game, man. And you have to be 100% for that.
Obviously, we had Deadly King, who very famously didn't train, and he came in and performed unbelievable on a week-on-week basis. But obviously, it's a bit of a different situation because maybe he knew the defenders previous, who he was playing with, on the training ground before when he was training. But do you think Romero, could have an instant impact on the pitch, even though maybe he wouldn't be up to speed totally with the training methods? Do you think, as from a defensive point of view, like, because he's so aggressive and the way he plays, he could make an instant impact, like in the defence.
You'd like to hope so. You'd like to hope so. I mean, look, I know they're different defenders, but when you're looking at the defenders that have come in and reformed teams in the Premier League, you've got Virgil van Dijk. He had Premier League experience with Southampton, so that wasn't too much of a problem. He was very much used to the league. But Ruben Dias, he came in with absolutely no Premier League experience at all and completely reformed that Man City defence. I'm not saying Cristian Romero is on the level of Ruben Dias, but I'm hoping that he can do something similar in the Tottenham defence, because we've been crying out for a good defender for so long now. So, I mean, I'm not going to say he's going to come in straight away and revolutionise our defence, but I'm saying he's going to come in and make a difference for sure.
I hear what you're saying. I was more talking about, if, say, he's past fit for Sunday, do you think he can make an instant impact on Sunday if he starts?
I definitely think, in terms of impact, I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't think he's going to revolutionise the defence against Man City, but I think that he'll come in and definitely make us more solid than it would be with Davinson and Dyer at the back.
So you reckon it's better to roll the dice on Romero
100%,
for Sunday rather than stick with two defenders, although they might know each other.
100%.
You know they're going to make mistakes.
They know each other, but they don't know each other well enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because they're just they're awful when we play each other, when they play together. They're just awful. So I would rather throw the dice, man. To be honest, I'd rather put in a Joe Rodon.
I'd be interested to know what other Spurs fans think. If Romero is only, say, past fit on Friday or Saturday, would they rather he be put straight in, or would they rather go with defenders who've been playing pre-season? I think it's an interesting thing, because I don't think it's a foregone conclusion what people would want.